Hey, what's going on, guys? Goose here, man. I got another video for you, and this one is about the basketball game that was last night. Iowa defeated LSU. So Iowa moves on to the Final Four. LSU follows their season is over with. They get to the Elite Eight. So we'll get my thoughts on that. But let's pull up the share screen and let's get to this. All right, let's get to the game here. All right. So we got Tigers fell to Iowa 94-87. As the third quarter was really key in this basketball game. That and the second quarter. The LSU had scored 31 in the first. They scored 14 in the second, 13 in the third. So just not enough scoring to keep up with Iowa. No, the bench has been a problem for LSU. Problem is that they're the lack of a bench. But other teams, have a little deeper bench than we do. But it just reared its ugly head as the Tigers just couldn't get enough points scored. Caitlin Clark is good as advertised. I mean, everybody knew she was good at advertised, but she put on a show last night and just couldn't keep up. But Iowa was a better team last night, and that's all that matters. Who's the better team when you play? They were better last night. But the Tigers, Reese had 17 points. Morrow had 14. Williams had 18. Johnson had 23. Van Lith had 9. Off the bench, Del Rosario only played 2 minutes and didn't get a point. And Poa played 15 minutes and got 6 points off the bench. Over here for the Hawkeyes, Stolke had 8. Falter had 16. Clayton Clark had 41. Marshall had 3. Martin had 21. They had 3 girls that played well for them. On the bench, their bench didn't do much either. As O'Grady was the only person that scored. She had 5 points. They did. Caitlin Clark was 9 out of 20 from downtown, and she was awesome. Excuse me. It was awesome last night. So congrats to the Iowa Hawkeyes as they move on to the Final Four. And I picked in my pick 'em, the March Madness bracket, I picked Iowa to win it all. So but they of course I was pulling for LSU last night, but I did pick Iowa to win it all when I filled out my bracket. But all in all, I think this was a very successful season for LSU. They lost some players from last season. I thought it was going to be very difficult for them to repeat as national champions this year, just because of their debt was going to eventually come back and bite them, and it did last night. The shooting was not very good in that third quarter. They were missing layups, missing some I would say point blank shots, but there were some shots that they should have made, but they didn't make them. That's all that matters. But you just got to give congrats to the team, as But who's going to come back next year? Is Reese going to come back? Is Van Lith? So it's going to be interesting to see who comes back for the team next year, and who they can get in the transfer portal. And because it's a recruiting game, especially even women's basketball is no different. You got to recruit, and you got to get players in the transfer portal, and they're going to need to get some transfer portal players because they need depth, and they need a true point guard. It's one thing they haven't had all year was a true point guard. Van Lith, I thought she was playing out of position all year, but there wasn't much Mulkey could do. But I guess there's something she could do. She could recruit a point guard or got one in the transfer portal, but they didn't have that. But congrats to Iowa, as they were the better team last night, and they deserve to win. And I'll see you guys next time, and go Tigers.